The sun was shining brightly over Monster City Beach, and the group from Monster High had claimed a perfect spot by the shore. A large rainbow-colored beach umbrella shaded their towels, and coolers were filled with snacks and drinks. The sound of crashing waves and laughter filled the air as the group relaxed, enjoying their day off from any kind of monster drama. Stacie and Claudine were busy building a massive sandcastle, while Draculaura and Frankie splashed around in the shallows. Laguna Blue, of course, felt right at home in the water, doing flips and dives like a professional surfer. You gotta admit, a day at the beach was a great idea, Claude said, leaning back in his chair and enjoying the warmth of the sun. I agree, Cleo Denial added, adjusting her gold sunglasses. It's much better than having to deal with that Beetlejuice again. That movie theater adventure was a little too close for comfort. Tell me about it, Twyla said from the shadows of the umbrella, where she felt most at home. But at least we got to finish the movie without any more chaos. Just then, Emma, the Down syndrome Barbie doll, excitedly pointed down the beach. Hey, is that Ron Weasley? The group turned to look, and sure enough, strolling down the sandy beach with a surprised expression was Ron Weasley, from the popular web show Tea Time with Ron Weasley and Draco Malfoy. He was wearing a beach shirt covered in magical symbols, carrying a broomstick in one hand and a towel in the other. Whoa, is that really Ron Weasley? Heath Burns said, squinting through the bright sun. The guy from the show we binge-watched last week. No way, Frankie exclaimed, both sparking with excitement. We totally watch his show all the time. Tea Time with Ron Weasley and Draco Malfoy is hilarious. Yeah, I love how they argue about everything while drinking tea, Draculaura added, her pink umbrella casting a small shadow. It's like they're still at Hogwarts. As Ron got closer, he seemed to notice the group staring at him and stopped in his tracks, his eyes wide. Wait a minute, are you all from Monster High? He rubbed his eyes as if to make sure he wasn't imagining things. Claudine stood up, brushing sand off her paws. Yep, that's us. And we're huge fans of your show. Monster fans, Frankie added, waving enthusiastically. Ron blinked in surprise, clearly taken aback. Blimey, you all watch Tea Time. You're, like, monsters. Torale Stripes smirked, flicking her tail playfully. Yeah, what of it? Monsters can enjoy a good web show, too, you know. Ron laughed nervously, still processing the situation. I mean, I guess that makes sense. It's just, not every day you meet actual monsters who enjoy watching two wizards argue over tea. Emma stepped forward, smiling warmly. We love it. You and Draco are so funny together. You always make us laugh. Especially when you accidentally set the tea on fire with your wand, Heath Burns said, grinning. Classic. Ron scratched his head, a sheepish grin spreading across his face. Yeah, that one wasn't intentional. It's great to know the show has fans, even fans who are a bit more, monstrous. Deuce Gorgon pushed his sunglasses up on his nose and grinned. Hey, we're not so different. You've got magic, we've got monsters. It all kind of fits. Cleo Denial rolled her eyes playfully. We're all about the drama too, so your show speaks to us. Ron chuckled, clearly more comfortable now. I've gotta admit, that's kind of cool. Draco always told me that monsters were real, but I thought he was just winding me up. Well, we're real, Laguna chimed in, her accent thick as she emerged from the waves. And we've got to ask, how's Draco doing? We always wondered if you two really get along. Ron sighed, shaking his head with a smile. Draco's still as much of a prat as he was back at Hogwarts. But you know, after years of bickering, we've found our rhythm. It's strange, but it works. You two definitely have chemistry, Draculaura said, nodding. And the tea parties are so fun to watch. My favorite is when Draco tried to get you to eat that weird magical cake. Oh, you mean the one that made me float for 3 hours? Yeah, that was a nightmare, Ron said, laughing. But it made for a great episode. Any chance you'll have any special guests on the show? Claude asked, sitting up. Like, say, a few monsters from Monster High. Ron's eyes widened. You know, that's not a bad idea. Draco and I could totally do with some guests who bring a different kind of chaos. Emma grinned brightly. That would be awesome. I bet Catty could perform one of her songs live on the show. Catty Noir, who had been quietly lounging under the umbrella, perked up at the mention of her name. Me. On Tea Time. That sounds like fun. Ron's eyes lit up. That would be brilliant. I can already imagine Draco's face if we had a famous monster pop star join us for tea. Claudine chuckled. You'd have to keep an eye on him. He'd probably try to charm everyone into being his fan. Ron groaned, shaking his head. Ah, you're right. He would. But hey, I think it could be a blast. I'll have to talk to Draco and see what he thinks. Let us know when you're ready for some monster-sized fun, Venus McFlytrap said, giving a thumbs up. We'll bring our best tea-drinking skills. With that, the group spent the rest of the day chatting with Ron, swapping stories about magical mischief and monster mayhem. As the sun began to set, Ron finally bid them farewell, hopping on his broomstick to fly back to the wizarding world. As he soared off into the sky, Stacie turned to the others with a wide grin. Can you believe it? We might actually be on tea time with Ron and Draco. Claudine laughed, shaking her head in disbelief. Now that's a beach day to remember. And as the waves rolled in and the stars began to twinkle, the group knew they'd just made a magical new friend, and maybe even set the stage for their own web show adventure.